Okay, now I think I am doing my damnedest. I've still got inside of my machine down here my USB stick in with the pattern that we've made. Underneath here, I have to be honest with you, yes, I have already sewn it out, if you can see that on camera, but I've just put a picture as you would and aligned it on our material. It's not tacked down or anything yet, but I'm going to show you this. I've already done it, so I put the picture back on top so that I can re-show you. Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to come through to you, and I want you to be able to see my computer screen over here. Yay! So it's completed, right? So I'm just going to go back and say, pick it back up. I got to Embroidery Family, knit it, Lovelock. Where did they put it? I probably put it under Lovelock because it's got nothing to do. Yeah, Sunbonnet Sue. Picking it up. There's Sunbonnet Sue. This is what. Keep hands clear. It's going to move to central position when it just GR 230, 330, 300 millimeters. Yes, that's what I'm using. Okie dokie do. So it's now just said that's my centre. Okay, it's now just taken on my hoop. I've already, I don't know whether this came out on the first video, but I put pins in so the bottom can't move. I put pins in so the top can't move. And this bit has been on a magnet, so my no-show mesh can't move. Yes, I've already sewn it all, but this is how I started because I videoed this first time round on my new iPhone 12 and I can't find a way, and I've tried my best, can't find a way to get the video off the damn phone to show you again. So I'm refocusing, putting down as I did before with the sticky, the little girl, whatever, so I can hopefully walk you through this part. Now, it's important to me that you can see this screen, and it's also important to me that you can see my needle, which I think you can at the moment. Okay, so right off the bat, forget what all that says. We know we got the right hoop. We know we got this, that, and the other. If I use my hand wheel on the side of my computer, on the side of my sewing machine, I'll hand crank it down. So I've just pierced, I hope you can see that, I've just pierced this diagram. It's about 2 millimeters to the left, to the right. It's more or less on the horizontal line, but it's 2 millimeters to the right. That's no good to me. So now I'm going to crank it back up away from me as if it's never done anything. When you put a needle down, you always crank it towards you. Take it back up, crank it away, right? So now on my, I'm so open you can see it. Yeah, on my little girl picture, these solid lines are just saying, well, it'll come from there to do this, it'll come from there to do that, it'll move. These are movement lines. Take the notice about that because they're immaterial. What we want to do is start in the heart of it, which is roughly about here. It's just above her arm, roughly about there. And you get pink flesh colour, pink flesh colour. Take the notice of the pink, it's just flesh colour, right? my machine is not hooked up to my flesh colour because I've already sewn this, so this is just showing at the moment, right? So, but we need to start. This is, as if you saw me just now, that needle did not come down right in the centre of that crosshair, which is where I need to be. My crosshair is coming down here, straight towards my crosshair here. I know that my sideways is correct, both sides, yeah? I know that's correct, and I know my top. So I know with this bit of paper that I've just stuck down is entirely within my centre. But what I need is my machine to realise the centre, and it doesn't. It's 1mm or 2mm to one side. Now, as I was talking to you earlier, Deborah, although you don't have exactly the same machine as me, you will have a facility like this somewhere on your screen. It may not look entirely like this, but it is a movement opportunity. So, before we start, yeah, I will just go, well, because I've looked at it by cranking it towards me. I am too much to the right, so I need to come over. So I'll go 2 centimetres, well, 2 pushes to the left, then bringing the crank handle down. No, I've just done it. It is still way out. It's still at least 2mm out. So I bring it back up and go 2 more. Now, no, bring it back up 2mm more. Now, no, back up 1 more. Yeah. Now my horizontal line was perfect, but my vertical line was not. So using this wheel, I have brought it over, and I hope you can see on this video that my needle now is hitting entirely in the centre of that crosshair, yeah? So before we've done anything, I told it, that's where I want you to start. That's where I want you to start sewing. That is the centre of my fabric, okay? Now, I'll just bring that back up. And I know that's correct, absolutely correct. The next thing I want to bring to your attention, okay, is that in the centre I got a circle that says I can move it this way or move it that way, up or down. I can just slightly, I mean, you can't do too much, but you can. I mean, if it was way out, well, I'd have to lift my sellotape and move it, but it wasn't that far out, so I could just use this guide on the machine. If you hit, look at this. This is the overall picture at the moment. So if I hit the centre, the cross thing on there, boom. Can you see that? I've now got a centre hair or a centre cross come up on there of where it's going to start. Okay, but we know that's not the first thing we want to do. The first thing we want to do is lay down the foot, yeah? So now on my machine, and I'm hoping you've got similar, you've got like a little star and a big flower. That's what I got on my machine. The big flower says that's the overall picture, and the little one tells me what am I about to do with nothing else on it, right? So I'm going to hit that, you see? So there is what we set up, our centre cross. But the first thing it's going to do is go down and do this foot. But having absolutely centered that needle, we know that it's going to travel. If I press start now, it'll travel and start doing the outline for the foot. And that's what we're after. I can't do that because, if I lift this up, I've already done it, right? But this is how you set it up so it will go on and do what you want. So pretending I haven't done it already, now is the time where I can just loosen that bit of tape, get rid of it. I haven't got the right colour on either, but that is my centre. So if I press start now, it would travel from there to here and start doing the foot. That's exactly what it would do. So that's the way to totally centre where you start, so everything is centered on your fabric. Now if it were, where's she? I've got two here. If it were not the case, we centered this and I had everything centered on everything else, right? Oops, I had it down like that, right? If it were not the center, then I'd have to take the entire piece of material I may even have done this inside out, to be honest. I'm looking at it now. But anyway, I would have to take the whole piece of material and bring it further down, or to make it more in sync. I'm just going to take that off again. Alright, and I've already stitched this. And you may see here, all the way around, I've stitched a tack down line, right? So although I know now I've centered it, the first thing it's going to go and do is that. I got a button on mine and I'm hoping you have similar. This one, yeah, which I can move to the next one in, and it says press the stop button, and as you can see by the picture, it will do a tack down stitch because we're floating this, it's not held down. It will do a tack down stitch all around the perimeter of whatever we're stitching, which is the first thing I do before I exit that and go back and start stitching. And you see here, the one I've already done, yeah? This is my tack down stitch that I have done all around the perimeter to hold the material nice and flat before I even started to go down and do the leg. Okay? Back to the screen. I have pressed start. I press start now. Well, I don't want it to stop. It was going to do it. I'll just bring the hoop forward. I don't want it to do it because I've already done it, but you can see it was just about to start to do this tack down for my stitching. So this last thing that was in here was the pink, so I'm just going to cut that, get rid of that, get rid of anything that was to do with pink. I'll probably have to cut it from the back to really get rid of the stitches, but you can see what it was going to do. It was going to go right in line and stitch it. Okay, so that's how we work.